What's up guys, it's Yo Super Play is back at it again with another video, and it's your host Tony G bringing you an epic market watch of what to buy for Draft Box 6. So here are some cards that I'm going to mention. If you have any other cards that people should look at, definitely hit the Super Players in the comment section down below and let them know what cards are valuable in Draft Box 6, because as of now everything seems to be at a fair price before they skyrocket. So these are the ones that I'm going to give a really quick overview of how they look and what Draft Box 6 looks like. And so we have some blue cards, some green cards, some yellow cards. And so these are the ones that I think are going to be pretty solid in the upcoming format. And let me know in the comment section if I'm missing any that I might have missed, or unisons, or any card. Definitely hit up in the comment section. I definitely want to know for fans out there and super players out there that want to buy cards. So the first card I'm going to talk about is Demon God Demigra, True Power Unleashed. I think this card is phenomenal just because it has an Overwhelm 5 for 2 energy, or Dark Overwhelm 5 for 2 energy as well. Dark Overwhelm, that means it stays on play. It doesn't get warped at the end of turn. But when this card is played using Overwhelm or Dark Overwhelm, draw one card and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. Pretty good, but this is what makes it way better. Is when this card attacks, your opponent chooses one card in their hand and sends it to the warp. This card is so utilized, has amazing power. It just hand destruction, warps a battle card, and you draw a card. What more can you ask for from a card? This card is so good. And then we go on, it's sitting at $17.99, obviously $39.99 being the most expensive, but cheapest is $17.98. So definitely we're gonna keep an eye on this card just because it's super powerful, super powerful. And then we'll look at some other cards, but this card is amazing. I think this is a great card that super players out there should be checking out. And then another one that I think is gonna be really good in my opinion is Piccolo, Eradicator of Peace. He's a double strike. If your leader card is red, this card gains power equal to the total, obviously use Alliance, total power of the cards rested are in rest mode by the skill of battle, and draw 2 cards. And if your opponent has 3 or more life, deal 1 damage. So it's a guaranteed burn 1 if you do the Alliance. But also if the attack is going through, he gains everything what the Alliance ability is. So imagine you have a 2 vanilla 10Ks from the Unison Goku Vegeta Jr. That's pretty much a 10k boost on top of this guy, and you burn some damage. So it's a very powerful card. I think this is a great card. It's sitting at $11.99. I think picking it up right now would be a pretty good steal, especially that red green combo cards or dual color cards are very burn damage oriented. And there's some cards that I'm looking at that are just like so powerful, like SS3 Gohan. As long as your leader card is red, which it is, mono red, not red, mono red, you could burn damage as well. And your opponent can attack with cards that are 20,000 or less, I believe. And so, or some crazy effect like that. And I think that this card combo with that is powerful. I honestly think, checking it out, I think this is one of those cards you should pick up for as an SR. And then we go into the next one is Son Goku Nimbus Master. I think this is a very powerful card for skillless, because if it's your opponent's turn at the end of battle where this card is used in combo, play up to 1 skillless battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less, and from your drop area. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even check this card. So it's sitting at $11.99, $12.99 being the most expensive. And then going back to this guy is if you look through it, you can activate the skill for the turn, and then activate main, pay 1 energy, and send 1 skillless card from the drop area to your warp, and play this card from your hand. Very powerful. This combo is just amazing, especially defensive. You combo this, you bring out a vanilla card that's 20k or less and play it in the on the field. That's 20k level 2 beat stick that's going to your opponent. I think that's crazy. I think that little combo is going to be very powerful in skillless, or if people come up with some crazy powerful effects, whether it could be Golden Frieza or any other deck. I mean, getting a 20k body on field is so good in my opinion. So I highly recommend checking this card out. Super good. And another card I think it's a very sought out, I think will be a sought out card, especially for aggro plays and defensive plays as well. And then we have Eradicator. Some of the new Unison cards are very powerful as well. Like this card can attack if it has 3 or fewer markers on it. Choose 1 card in your hand, discard it. When your opponent combos, place 1 card from their combo area in the owner's drop area, and then negate the skill for the turn. not only that, he's a 1 cost green specified cost, and then choose 1 card in your hand and discard it to add 2 markers. And if you just want to add a 1 marker on it, choose up to 1 hero or phantom demon card and KO it to add a 1 marker on it. So these 2 effects are super powerful, especially this guy when you discard 1 card for 2. So good. I mean, I don't know what you could use. Ribrianne, you could use the Saiyan Ultra or Saiyan Instincts Goku to add more draw power, and it's sitting at $14.99. I don't know how expensive this card might be. I think this is a pretty cheap price for what it's worth. It might go down depending on how much Draft Box 6 sells, and if it's very limited when they're pull rates. So I don't know. These are some of the unisons that I think are very powerful. And then we go on to King Vegeta Giant Force. Very great card also. One of the good blue unison cards. It says choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 4 or less and return it to the owner's hand. And then -3 blue and X amount of energy. If your leader card is blue, choose 1, draw X amount of cards based on the energy you use, or choose up to X amount of your opponent's battle cards and place them at the bottom of the owner's deck. So either one, you shuffle your opponent's hand, or I mean their battle cards on the field, or you get to draw as many as you use for your energy. Could work very well with SS3, could work well with ramping decks. So I don't know. I mean, this is a very powerful card too. So I highly recommend checking these out. It's sitting at $19.99. Highest would be $19.99 still. So these are cards that I think are going to be really sought out. I think Bergamo Giant Force is a very strong card too. He is this card gets 3,000 for each marker once per turn. When this card attacks, when your opponent attacks this card, add a marker to it, which is great. And then add a marker to this card. 0+, add a marker. And then the second one is -2, play up to 1 skillless battle card or Universe 9 with an energy cost 2 or less from your deck in rest mode and shuffle your deck. Doesn't mean, oh, it has to be skillless though. So the synergy might work very well with skillless cards. So like I said, these are very strong unison cards that are being sought out. I don't know if it's going to stay at this price. It might be cheaper, it might be more, but these are some cards I highly recommend everyone checking out. This other effect is auto once per turn. When your opponent adds a card from their life to their hand or drop area, add a marker to this guy. Works very well with burn. And then also choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and it gets 5,000 -5,000. And then if your leader card is red, choose up to 2 mono red battle cards with different names, energy cost 3 or less, and 19,000 power or less in your deck or hand, and play them and shuffle if you looked at your deck. Super strong. I think this works very well with certain cards that I could imagine, like the burn damage Yamcha. It might work in some decks. I honestly think it might work with Red Broly maybe. I am not sure. Don't quote me on that, but it could possibly work. I know Kale makes it way more consistent when you're searching your Broly cards, but maybe this might make it a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Let it be known in the comment section. Let me know if I might be wrong in that. And then we move on to Lord Slug Giant Force, another great unison card. It says you may choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. And if you do, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets 10,000 minus power. So that's very phenomenal, powerful, because it ignores barrier. Barrier cards are annoying, so I highly recommend playing this guy because I think unisons are pretty annoying, or not unisons, but like battle cards that are barrier are annoying. If your leader card is red, when your opponent activates a counter skill, deal 1 damage, and it's not once per turn. So that means you -4 instantly, minus it, and then your opponent activates counter skills. They have to burn 1 damage of their life. So, I mean, this could work very well in Broly too. I don't know. I mean, very powerful effect also. So we move on to the next cards. I honestly think these are some really sought out cards. I honestly recommend checking them out. Let it be known in the comment section. $19.99 is the most expensive. $9.98 is the cheapest. So I don't know. I highly recommend everyone checking these out. Maybe I might be wrong. I think this one's my favorite card. I am hands down putting money on this card. I think if you're playing a blue leader, you should play this card. This card is insane in my opinion, because you activate main. If your leader card is blue, look at up to 2 of your cards from the top of your deck, add 1 card among them to your hand, and then place the remaining at the bottom of the deck in any order. At the end of your turn, switch 1 of your mono blue energies to active mode. It's a free draw, especially like if you I like playing ramp, and so Zeno, I always get myself stuck with that 1 extra energy. Sometimes I don't play anything, and sometimes I might be able to, because play this card at the end of my turn, the Zeno energy goes to the drop area, and I put 1 energy back to active. I think that this card makes any blue deck so great. I highly recommend people picking this one up. I don't know how much it's going to be foil, but I'm going to get this card foil. It's such a powerful card. I recommend everyone checking it out, because add it to a deck and check it out because it's so good. And then Corrin's Tower Secret Medicine. Bandai said they modeled this card after the great Senzu Bean blue card, because red got their own Senzu Bean now. If your leader card is red, choose up to one of your cards and it gets 5,000 power for the turn, either leader card or battle cards, or one of your cards. It doesn't say leader. It says if your leader card is red, choose one of your cards, it gets 5,000 power for duration of the turn. And if it's your opponent's turn, choose up to one of your opponent's cards ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 5,000 for the battle. Great card. These are some cards I highly recommend everyone checking out. Hit up in the comment section if I missed any that you think are going to be way more expensive or sought out or splashable in decks. Let it be known in the comment section. I'm just trying to do this for the super players out there. So there you guys have it from your host, Tony G. Like always, stay super.
Double strike, hit me and 17, we both up team with the hand destruction scene.
Y ahora se lista con el 17 y los otros 7. Yo miro y te pregunto tu mano, nosotros somos buenos para tirarlo.